Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillah wa salatu wa salamu ala Rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa man wala. Welcome to this special seminar, if I may say, or lecture to talk about divorce in Islam and how it proceeds from a fiqh perspective and how we process divorce here at the prayer center in Orland Park. And inshallah this will be a beneficial session. Let me start that the reasoning behind this session is that we have a very high rate of divorce growing, unfortunately, in our community. If I want to compare just what we do, nikah ceremonies, katib kitab, per year, versus how many do we process divorce, contracts, our rate is very high. It is over 40%. And I'm not saying that's because from our community 40% they are divorcing, because not all masajid in Chicago process divorce. So we do that. For example, Payless Mosque, they don't. Mosque Foundation do. I'm not sure about Mecca Masjid. So I believe our masjid and Mosque Foundation are the most centered mosques that people reach out to process divorce. So that's why I think we have a higher rate than any other masjid probably in the Chicago area, for very simple two reasons. One, we have pretty good experience in that. I've been processing divorce and of course nikah ceremonies for the past 35 years in the Chicago area, and we have good info of how to process things even overseas versus local. We have much knowledge about the court system, how it works. So when people call us, in many cases they will be calling us from all different states, and they will say like, finally I got someone who knows what to answer and how to answer our questions, because a lot of imams, unfortunately, they don't. A lot of imams, because of the ways mosques in the US, a lot of imams are just leaders, like of imam. For divorce, you need fiqh, you need all kind of other details. And the other reason is that we keep good archive. So anyone who processed divorce, back in 2015 or 2010, we just go pull up, like if they need an extra copy. So there's a good archiving system that we, can always come back in any future disputes. Plus the experience that we have, plus it's a service that we have available for the community. But I would assume the average rate is still high. And it might be somewhere between 25 to 35% if you're going to take it all over, the region in our area among the Muslim community. And lately we have been witnessing a lot of divorces happening in the first year and in the first 5 years actually. So a lot of things are happening that divorce now is not, people are coping much and practicing sabr and whatever. If things are not working, they just want to get done and move on and whatever it is. At the end, my role as an imam, I always tell any brother or sister who come, many times, we have, I would say in my case personally, 70 to 30%, 70% spouses come solo, like the wife comes alone or the husband comes alone to complain about, and then the other spouse would not join. 30% we would have both spouses coming. So if someone comes alone, it is always the same three answers that we have for them. You have three choices. You either convince your spouse to come for counseling, and we try to fix things, and we don't promise asa musa, like we have a magic stick that we just شو اسمها هذه في الكرتون هذا الوان شو اسمها هذا وان شو اسمها whatever, we do it and then we fix the relationship. It doesn't work like that. But we offer experience counseling, that if people are willing to work things out, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said يريد إصلاحا, if it was for the people involved or sometimes for the spouses, because if you come in the intention of trying to fix things, then يريد إصلاحا يوفق الله بينهما. If you have an intention of islah, of reconciliation, then Allah will bring reconciliation. But if you're coming just to complain or vent out or point a finger at your spouse that he is or she is the mother of all problems, then of course it's gonna go nowhere. There is a lot of therapists now available in the community. Many go to non-Muslim therapists, but now we have multiple Muslim therapists. Many of these therapists, they don't have the fiqh background or the Islamic background in fiqh and detail, and also Islamically with the concept of the Islamic concept and the cultural concept in that matter. But they are a growing number, and actually if you know any therapist, we are holding the first Muslim therapist conference actually here at the Wellness Center. It's in May, I think, something like that. Sister Aman has the details. There's a link. We have a chaplain, Yahya Al-Hindi, who is a PhD chaplain at Georgetown University, as the guest speaker. And one of the main reasons behind this conference, next to establishing a network among the Muslim therapists who are licensed by the state of Illinois, is that we want to introduce them to what type of seminars they should take from Imams and scholars to help them also have a good background, so when they tell people halal, haram, this and that, they're not just throwing words like in the air, not knowing what they're saying or what they're claiming. Because when it comes to halal and haram and details like that, you have to be 100% sure of, because there's a lot of liability in that matter. So this was more like an introduction of why we chose to bring this seminar out, inshallah ta'ala. And it's going to be specifically about talaq, about divorce in Islam. Divorce in Islam is a very huge, big topic. There is so many different views. I'm going to be precise to the famous ways that we practice it and the way we handle it here at the prayer center. So you might have read something or heard something, and that might be true. And I'll be giving examples of how do these things sometimes, clash with each other. But at the end, this is how we do it. So it is something that we want to educate you about, inshallah ta'ala. So let's go to the first slide.